And the White House saying the Afghanistan withdrawal should have happened sooner, blaming President Donald Trump for the chaotic withdrawal, which led to the deaths of 13 U.S. service members at the Kabul airport. Joining us now is Georgia Congressman and member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and House Armed Services Committee, Congressman Rich McCormick. Thank you, sir, for being with us this morning.
You're welcome. Good to be with you.
So I want you to take a listen to what White House National Security Advisor John Kirby had to say about the withdrawal.
Nobody's saying that everything was perfect, but there was a lot that went right. And a lot of Afghans are now living better lives in this country and other countries around the world because of the sacrifices and the work of so many American government officials. So, yeah, there's a lot to be proud of, Peter.
What do you think about what he just said there?
Well, first of all, as an Afghan veteran, I feel like I got punched in the gut. When we did what we did in our withdrawal, I challenged General Milley when he said it was a logistical success and a strategic failure. I called him out. I said, look, it's a strategic, tactical, and logistic failure. You had a long time to plot. You had a long time to plan. You could have done a plan that a sergeant could have executed in dramatic fashion to get these guys out safely. In fact, we didn't have to withdraw at any time. We were in control. The fact of the matter is we saw in intel as it built over and over again that all the small cities around the surrounding areas were all falling because once you turn your back on a country, people are just trying to survive. As a matter of fact, most people, when Biden said, well, the Afghans have to stand up for themselves, if you're not going to help them, they're going to just try to survive to the next generation. This was entirely by a commander-in-chief that was inept, that did not have a good plan, that did not have good coordination with his generals. He needs to take full responsibility because he was the man calling the shots.
And of course, the report blamed Trump, saying that President Trump emboldened the Taliban and that his administration provided no plans for how to conduct a final withdrawal. Congressman, can you believe this, that they're actually blaming the Trump administration?
First of all, it's not just presidents that have turnovers. It's generals, it's staffs, it's joint chiefs of staff. They didn't have any problems turning over. So don't tell me that it's just a president's fault that wasn't even in charge at the time. I can't ever blame the former commanding officer of a unit that I take over. That is poor leadership, and it's just not true. You get to call the shots, especially when you're commander-in-chief. You get to call every shot there is in the military from the top down. Unfortunately, our presidents don't have to do command and staff or maneuver warfare or any other classes to be commander-in-chief. But he obviously wasn't even listening to the people he had serving with him.
And because of that disastrous withdrawal, as many people predicted, we saw that Ukraine was, they were invaded by Russia. We saw an emboldened Russia. We saw an emboldened China because we showed our weakness on the world stage. The fact that we left behind our allies, the fact that we left behind our equipment, we left behind Bagram Air Base. What do you think about that? The fact that now on the foreign policy stage, we just showed just how weak and feckless our leadership is.
They love to blame Trump, but nobody invaded Ukraine, not Crimea, not the Eastern Front, not the Northern Front. When Trump was president, it was when Obama was president and when Biden was president. And I want to make one more point on the Afghani issue. Why is it that we had to send in mercenaries hired by privateers to get out civilians from the Americans? If you think about it, even the French use their own military forces to get their people out. It was obviously an attitude towards our own people and being scared to do the right thing that got us in that situation to begin with.
Congressman, we have less than a minute left. You recently made a trip to Kyiv to visit Ukrainian President Zelensky. Can you tell us about your experience there?
Yeah, it was historic for me. I mean, to sit face to face and spend over an hour just talking about what it would take to maintain any sort of United States support, making sure that they had great accountability, not just of the weapons systems, which I feel very good about, but that the money that we give to their country to aid, to buoy up their country's economy is used appropriately. He was very receptive. He was very humble. He wanted to make sure he had strict accountability and that he knew that we knew that they're using the money appropriately because they want to win this war. They are in dire straits, and this is to stop Russia from doing some very bad things.
Well, thank you so much, Congressman, and we wish you well and happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Thank you.